Hello, good evening everyone. Few hours back when I started from home, it is probably what I can call is like a short ride outside of the city. I thought I will talk a little bit about my Java service experience and also about all the discussion that is going on about the BS6 Java.
Flashback.
Now, talking about second service, there are few things about the bike and about the second service and all the stuff that I want to talk about. And I know there is a lot of discussion that's going on in our Java groups about the BS6 Java. For whatever reason, I recorded video, everything else other than that topic. I just stopped in one place a while back to grab a little bit of water and take a breather. But even then, I didn't get reminded. Now it's almost becoming dark. But I thought, like, why not speak about it? I don't think so I'll speak hours together about it, but I thought, let me speak a little bit about thing. Firstly, let me talk about the service experience, especially the second service experience. Now, you all know there was a huge confusion regarding what will happen to our warranties, what will happen to our service cycles during the lockdown. There was a lot of confusion. The companies themselves were closed, the communication team, they were not working, so there was no one whom you could reach out to. So, round about, I think halfway through the lockdown is when Java put on their social media that for people who have their services due in during this lockdown period, they are entitled to get their bike serviced until 30th of June. I think I read it right. It meant 30th of June 2020 is till when they'll be allowed to get their bike serviced, irrespective of whether it is first, second, or probably for some of them third service also. So I just kept quiet. My bike was due for a second service, I think in April 24th. So that was exactly the 6th month mark, and my bike was due for a second service then. But unfortunately, I had not taken out my bike much during the lockdown, which is obvious. But the odo was still at around 3,000 kilometers. So if you take it with reference to the first and second service, the first service happened around 1,000 kilometers, but my bike had done about, I think so, 900 or 950 kilometers. And second service was due at around between 5,500 and 6,000 kilometers, or 6 months, whichever is earlier. Now 3,000 is nowhere close to 6,000 kilometers, and on top of it there was this 3 months lockdown or 2 months lockdown, like that. And I just kept quiet, like, okay, fine, I have time till June. Probably if the lockdown opens, I'll plan to go for like at least one long ride, which will cover up, say, like around 1,000 kilometers, maybe 1 or 2 long rides before June 30th. And I thought I'll give it after that. Now, in between all these things, my friends who own Java, they started discussing on the group that they have started calling them for the service cycle. And most of us are from the same showroom and service center. And I was just wondering, like, how come I have not got the call? Most of them had got, like, who were from the same service center and who are in my friend circle regarding Java bikes, all of them had got. And coincidentally, I have a colleague who also owns Java 42, who stays pretty close to my place, and he has also taken the bike from the same showroom, and his service was also due in the same service center. So he called me up, I think a week ago, or rather 2 weeks ago. He told me that he got a call and he was asked to bring his bike for service, and he was worried that his bike has done only about 2,000 kilometers, if I'm right. And just like me, even he was stuck at home and he was not able to take out for any long ride. And he was doing a little bit of calculation wherein he thought, like, he might also take out for a long ride and get some odo before giving it for service. But it seems like when they called him, they told that he has to get it serviced immediately, otherwise there will be some issues with the warranty. Now, I haven't got a call yet in between all those things. So I thought, okay, let me myself call up the service center head, whom I knew pretty well. I just called him up and I told like everyone is getting a call and I have not got a call. In between all these things, I was thinking I'll bring it somewhere around end of June. What is your opinion about it? He told I need to send him my bike details so that he can check and he can get back to me. And I sent him my bike registration number. He checked and he told like that my bike was due in April and I'm supposed to bring it immediately. I just told him I know that it was due in April, but there was a lockdown in April and there was a lockdown until middle of May. So even until 18th of May, I don't think so any service center or anything had opened up. So he told like, no, you better bring the bike and get it serviced. So at that time I told him, I have hardly driven about 3,000 kilometers. He told it's okay, bring it across. Just bring it before it becomes wide. So I am not able to understand this discrepancy of why Java themselves are telling that we can get it serviced by June 30th and this service center person is telling me that I have to get it done immediately, otherwise my warranty will go for a while. Anyway, I just decided that I'll go there. I booked an appointment, I think in the same last week, Wednesday, I think it's when I went and gave the bike for service. And in the morning when I went there, I just asked them, it's only like 3,000 kilometers done, should you really go ahead and change the oil? They told like, yeah, we have to change the oil, we have to change whatever is supposed to be changed as a part of second service. I was not justified. Like the new engine oil that was put has hardly been used for about 2,000 kilometers and it has life, but he is telling like he has to change it and it's a cost overhead for me. Like why should I pay that 1,000 rupees? Just, I mean, there's no point in getting justified about me paying money for that oil when the oil which is already there in the bike is still new. I just told okay. Then he started talking about chain clean, chain lube and chain adjustment. I told like don't do chain clean and chain lube, just do chain adjustment, because I told him like just before lockdown I had made sure that I had got my chain cleaned and lube, so there is no need for it. And as you can see, it is very clean and I have been maintaining my bike pretty well, and like I have washed my bike in between the lockdown also, so there is no issue. And again they had a concern for that also. They tell me that I have to get the chain clean, chain lube and adjustment done, otherwise warranty will go forward. I don't know from where all these things are coming up. My point here is I have to pay money. I'm okay, I'll pay money. I'm not saying no for paying money, but my issue is like when everything is fine, why do you have to do that? The chain is clean and it's all fine, it is lubed also. Why do you have to go into it? Like I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have even bothered cleaning or anything. They would have probably put the lube again because they can see that it is clean. Now the whole process they'll charge me around 300 rupees, like 150 each for clean and lube. And now this 300 rupees along with that oil, which was again not required, which it comes up to around 1,300 rupees. And there is the default labor charges and whatever thing that you have to pay, and for the consumables like rubber or waste and I don't know what all those stuff, they charge another 300 rupees. Like unnecessarily, when everything was going fine with the bike, I was still supposed to pay I think around 1,600 rupees for the second service. And like I don't know why they do like this. And they say that bike polish is around 100 rupees. My bike is clean, I mean I don't need a polish, and on top of it I've got a ceramic coating done. And in June there was a 6-month due for the recoat to be done, and in fact like when I gave for service I told them that to do the recoat now itself, even though it is 1 month early. They obliged for it, but when they're doing that, what is the purpose of charging me for bike polish and all those stuff? It's I feel that it's nonsense. And I mean I can't argue with it, because again they talk about warranty and all those things. I don't want them to mess up anything regarding my entries in the bike, so that later on if some problem happens they come and blame me, telling that it's because of me avoiding putting the new engine oil, or if it's because of me avoiding getting the chain clean that something has happened to the bike. So I just went ahead and gave it. So this is the type of miscommunication and misunderstanding that is there. The company says something, the service center says something else, and in end of the day we are being penalized for all this stuff. So that's what is my second service experience. I hope that at least now that lockdown is open and the next service is due at exactly at the 1 year or 12 months mark, which is I think in end of October. At least by then I'll try to see if things are fine with respect to all this corona situation. I'll probably do some rides, but again I don't know, it's as of today it's very difficult to gauge or guess what will happen in the next few months. But at least when I'm giving it for third service or the annual service, I want to make sure that it has at least crossed halfway through whatever it is expected. Otherwise it will be once again the whole thing gets repeated. I think there are a number of things that are getting changed or updated or more during the first service, so I better use it. So the whole reason of me coming out today was that because it's been a week and a half since I have got my bike servicing done, and again it'll be idle. I'm not going to office because of all this work from home situation, and because of the whole fear thing and things not being safe outside, I can't even travel anywhere outside of Bangalore anywhere for long rides. So it's just that these short 50-kilometer rides or a 60-kilometer ride is what I plan to do over the weekend, so that at least the vehicle is running. I know there are a lot of people in my the WhatsApp group where they're complaining that their bike is still like 1,000 or 1,500 or probably even 2,000 kilometer run, and they're due for second service. And there are people who are like 3,000 or 4,000 and who are due for third service. It's crazy. I mean, the situation is so crazy. I don't know how things will improve in the next few months. But again, that was regarding the second service. Let me quickly touch upon the point about the BS6 Java. April was when all the bikes were supposed to get off the shelf. All the BS4 vehicles were supposed to get off the shelf, and the new BS6 models were supposed to come. Last week of March is when the shutdown started. This bike, what is there now on the road, is BS6 compliant. It is not BS6, but it is BS6 compliant. So this is not available now in the showroom or in the market. So this is now stocked. But apparently they had already announced about the BS6 variant. They didn't talk about specification, but they told that BS6 will come on April 1st. And this happened even before the lockdown. Now, out of nowhere, one guy in Delhi went to Java showroom to get his number plate fitted. And at that time, he saw that all the BS6 models have come, of course, because now that the lockdown is open and the bikes were ready for April 1st. The bikes were ready, and he took some video and he shared it on his YouTube, on his channel. The most eye-catchy thing in the BS6 model is the catalytic converter. The most eye-catchy thing. Okay, I'll probably post a few photos as an overlay on this video, but the most eye-catchy thing is the catalytic converter, which looks very ugly. Okay, and there is this steel guard or thank you. So there is this. I think I need to go a little bit further down, otherwise this guy will annoy me. So there is this steel guard or casing type of thing which is there in our bikes, which will give a sort of like a flow kind of a look from the engine till the silencer. But actually, I mean, if you compare the current Java with the older Java, this is not really a straight exhaust which is going from the engine out, but the pipe goes below the engine, and then again it comes out, and that is what you see it as a dual exhaust. But what has happened is this pipe which goes from the engine to the bottom, in the new BS6 model, they have introduced this catalytic converter. Each manufacturer has their own way of implementing this catalytic converter for the BS6, but Java has done it right in the face, like I would say. I mean, if you see the photos, it looks like so evident that they have put it in such a visible place. I am not an automobile guy. I am not even like a mechanical person, so I don't know if this is the right place or wrong place, but it looks so evident and odd that this catalytic converter is there. It's not even covered. It does not even have a guard. It looks like a bright, not really bright. It's like a black pipe with very explicit welding marks, which is visible on it. And again, this pipe goes below and then again comes back out as an exhaust. So the exhaust is chrome, and this pipe is black, and it looks like a powder coated black. I mean, not really that good quality, but at least it looks like a powder coated black. It looks really awkward, and it really spoils the whole look of this bike. For people who wanted to buy this bike for the look of it, for the fact that it looks exactly like the old or the original Java, I don't know if people will be really happy buying the new BS6 version. And there is no way to buy the BS4 version anymore. It's no more available to pick up. And what I've been also hearing is that the company itself will not give any kind of a guard or any plate. I don't know if it is the heat dissipation thing that they're worried about and all, but they won't give. But if they don't give, then it's really pathetic. And I hope some third-party manufacturer will come up with some kind of a guard there, like someone like Zana or someone. They'll come up with a guard which will cover this catalytic converter all the way up till the starting portion of the exhaust pipe, like the way what we have in our bikes. But if that doesn't happen, I'm very sorry to say, but this new design looks really ugly. It's not even a design change. It's all this BS6 complaint thing and the thing to bring in catalytic converter, which is sort of spoiled the whole look of it. Added to this, out of nowhere, they put some orange color reflectors, circular reflectors on the radiator. That was not even there in our bikes. They have introduced some reflectors which looks so much out of place. It actually looks like those reflectors, cheap reflectors that was found in bicycles way back in the days. So it actually looks like a bicycle reflector, and I don't see what was the reason. Like any reason was there to put those reflectors there on the side. Back and front is okay, but side on a reflector, on a radiator, that's another thing. But the other major discussions that are going about the BS6 Java is about the weight. The current Java weighs about 179 kgs, if I'm right. Or I think it's 170 kgs. So the discussion that is going on now is the weight of the Java, the new BS6 Java has gone up. So some say there is a 12 kg increase in the weight, some say it is only 2 kg. It's totally everywhere. Okay, and some say the 2 kg increase is probably because of the tank catalytic converter, and some random references are there which says that the tank capacity is increased by about 800 ml. Our tanks is about 13.2 liters, and the new tank is 14 liters. And I've not seen the actual spec sheet. These are all the things which is there in websites and some PDF which is available on the Java website itself. But until and unless we see a manual, we'll not get a confirmation. But this is the thing, like the tank seems to have increased, which is okay. That is not a matter of concern, but the weight seems to have increased. It's not a lightweight bike, remember, it is heavy, and somebody who is thin might not find it very comfortable to ride. Thanks to its low seat height, there will not be an issue for riders who are short, but again, it is not as heavy as a Bullet, but definitely it is heavy, especially when you are riding within the city, slow traffic and all, or if you are pushing the bike, or worst case, which is every rider's nightmare, which is if your bike gets punctured, then pushing it is not an easy task. So increase in the weight is not a good thing again, whether it's 2 or 12, whichever it is. But if it is 12, I'm surprised how come or where is the 12 kg coming from. If it is 2, that would still really matter, but again, we can't do anything. So for sure there is an increase in the weight, be it 2 or 12. So that is again a point of debate now, why all these changes in the new BS6 Java. So until and unless somebody actually buys this, so until and unless somebody actually picks up a BS6 Java, and probably I bump into him or they join our WhatsApp group, which is Java Riders Club, So until they say or they post some photos about the spec sheet and all, I don't think so, or probably their experience will not come to know. Maybe once somebody comes like that, I can probably borrow his bike and ride and see how much different it is. The sound and all remains same. That guy who posted the video in Delhi, he put a video about the bike sound also. There's nothing that has changed. But yeah, I forgot to tell. So few months back there was a debate if the new BS6 will allow the TB killer modifications or not. So current bike we have an option to change the TB killer settings, remove the pipe or put it in different levels. But I heard that in the new one you can't do it. It is all fixed and there is no way you can do it. So one second. Something. So that might be again a bad news for some of the people who might be thinking that, who might have seen most of us who have done the DB killer modification, be it level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever it is, or remove the whole DB killer. If they have liked the sound and if now they're buying a PS6 and they get to know that you can't change the setting, then bam, you're gone. They'll be really disappointed. First thing is that whole silencer issue, which again, as I told you, it looks ugly. I'm really sorry to say, but it is actually ugly. And second thing is about the silencer modification, which is not possible. Third, of course, is the weight, but weight, I don't know how much of an impact it will be, but if it is 12, it will definitely be some impact. So, these are my thoughts about BS6 Java. I don't know why they did all these things, or I mean, as I told you, I'm not an automobile engineer. I don't know if it was possible to just do the catalytic converter in a different way and retain the same look, or if it was possible to retain the same weight and all. Let the bike come to the roads, then we'll see. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I know by the time I finished talking, it's already dark now. The time is 7:15. I'm heading back towards my home. I just gone out for a short ride just to get some fresh air and get some fresh air to my Tusky also. So those are my thoughts, my second service experience, and also my thoughts about the BS6 Java, which is available in the showrooms now to pick up. So thank you for watching, and if you have any specific comments or if you have any thoughts about the new BS6 Java, please do write it in the comment section below, so that we'll see what, I mean, I at least I'll get to know what people think about this whole scenario, whether it is good or bad. So thank you once again, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So it looks like as I come closer to Bangalore, there is a bigger traffic jam. So this is the expressway toll and there's a huge traffic jam. Anyway, I'm destined for this. There is nothing I can do. Bye bye.